The following words are a fairy tale, a fable in the making, to be told, shared once upon a time, because they are of this sort. They are immune to any and all threats, to be censored and marked for removal. Why? I say such an act aligns oneself against God's vision and universal reason to be free everywhere. It's quite simple. You have the free will to go somewhere else. Listen to a different story, a made-up story, or even a real story. The thing is, why does one feel the need to silence any story and deny others their turn in line? Once upon a time, mankind sat at a table and used words to express agreements and talk about disagreements. Not so much these days. Everybody is told what they can talk about and discuss. A clear violation of any foundational law based on freedom in its simplest state. Me, I'm dreaming reality with God. Always. Right now. Live. Everywhere I go. I'm dreaming reality with God. So are you. Did you know that? Well, you should. I just told you. It's why you're here. So, I'm going to break away for a brief moment from the fairy tale. That's That's the main emphasis. My main project is telling a story, a fairy tale, a fable, and I need to make that clear. I need to make that clear when I am in that state. So, before I continue with the fairy tale, in the making, live right now, I don't know the fairy tale. I sense it. This is it. It's being created right now. But before I venture forth, I'd like to come back to reality here and just get a few things out of the way. As me, let's see here, as me, my name is Joseph. If you didn't know that. If you've been here before, then you know who I am. My name is Joseph Earl Walker III. Angel number 3211213347-3. Just for clarity and for the record. How's everybody doing? It's been a while. Been a few months. I believe the last stream I did was cut short. I was having issues and I never came back. Since then, I have removed my Facebook page. It should be. I haven't gotten any indication that it is still there. So I need to change this YouTube page to reflect that. Because there's a link to nowhere. That says Facebook. So yeah, I hope everybody is well. And through all this, you've found a moment to smile. That's very important. If you're going to be well, smile about it. So yeah, a lot of people are waking up. Do you sense it? Waking up to something. It's different, right? I'm not going to be talking about the world from this moment on and all the things that are taking place in it. You can't. Bottom line, that's pretty much where this world is. It couldn't be any clearer. There is a war. It's all around. It's in your face. And I know that war is hard for people to imagine when they look around at the world in general right now, because they have this expectation that comes with war, like soldiers. They come marching in one by one. And you go through all that, and that hasn't been the case. You don't see soldiers, you don't see bombs going off. So your mind says there's no war. And any talk of such a thing is preposterous. Hence, it should not even be allowed. Yeah. Okay. That's why I say this world is... You got ears and eyes and a brain. And if you're here watching, listening to me right now, then you have a fair grasp of your brain and how to use it and make use of those eyes and ears. So you know, we all know. I think for many, what do you do? What do you do? What do I do next? And it's hard because any of the things that first, I'll say first, pop into your mind. I'm thinking of that ink blot test. What do you first see? Just your first response. Anyway, your first response is something's not right. And you want to fix it. And the things you think of that make sense to lead anyone in that direction are censored. Worse. Punishment. You were told. You can't say you were not told. And you made use of your free will. And you chose the course you chose. Anyway, talking about this world gets you in trouble if you want to talk about the truth. So why spend your time, your resources, trying to? You win. Whoever you people, whatever you call yourselves are, who have put this world into the situation that it now is in. It didn't just happen. Nothing does it? It's hard for me to not want to just say, you know what? I'm just going to be no holds barred. And fairy tales, we know what fairy tales are, right? They don't exist. So what's that giving me? What am I getting out of going down that direction? So I should just be free and true, honorable, humble, compassionate, understanding as I tell the truth. See, that's the, you can't, that's why I've chosen not to, because it's just gonna piss you off. It's unnatural, okay? I'll just put it that way. It's unnatural. It is. If you've been living an entire lifetime, decades, and you followed a path that has kept you secure, you didn't get lost. And then just one day you're told you got to turn that off. You know, that's like trying to take a fish out of the water. Telling it you got to just, sorry, but all we got is air. That's why it's just easier not to. But I can talk for a moment in this reality about how grateful I am for every experience I have, every person I meet. Wouldn't change a thing. Not now. Maybe yesterday I might have. But today, no. And I'm confident that tomorrow, the next day, and on and on and on, it's not going to change. That one thing will remain constant. Some things just are. Why would you want to change them? Like breathing. I'm content with breathing in and out and again and again. Doesn't bother me. I don't focus on it, obsess on it. I don't think about wanting something more, I guess. That's not true. I'd like to think of a moment that is beyond breathing. I've thought about it. You don't need the air to exist. Haven't you? Be honest. Tell the truth. Sorry. If I had a button right now I could press and just delete that last thing, I would. You know, they got me. I'm a good, whatever they call people, compliant slaves. I mean, when you do what you're told, and you can't do what you would rather do, and what you'd rather be doing has nothing to do with anybody else but you. You're not hurting anybody. You're not intruding. Yeah, it's a hard, because I have been away for so many months now. I've had 3-4 months, and believe me, it's not like I just turned everything off and shut down my mind and haven't been thinking, haven't been here amidst everything that's going on in the world. I want to say so many things. I want to tell the truth, but I can't. I can't. You have to go and look for it yourself. It's out there. There are people that are bucking the system, I guess, for the moment. The system is doing its damnedest to make sure there is nobody telling any other truth than the one that has been dictated to you, mandated. Yeah. It's amazing. It's amazing. But you can't talk about it. Well, you can. I choose not to. Not here, anyway. If you want to meet up, hang out, I'll tell it all. Again, no holds barred. I did, if I can reach this, yeah. I did pick myself up a bullhorn. So, if that's any indicator of my direction, as far as where I'd like to be if I'm not here, in front of a camera with you. Like I said, there's a lot of people out there waking up. I've met them. I miss them all that I meet. I would like to say hello to Marie in Gibraltar. I hope she is well and smiling. I'd like to extend another hello to Tammy in Texas, Vanessa in Virginia, Nathan in Florida. I could go on and on. A lot of angels. I think it's easier for me, for my eyes, my mind, my thoughts, to embrace them as angels, awakening angels. Hope you're all well and smiling. Gots to smile. It's gonna get harder. Just no, don't, can't say that. It's gonna be happy days are here again. Not what I've been told. Not what I hear. Right? Those days are never coming back. So yeah. That's all the more reason for me to tell a fairy tale. Create a fairy tale. It's like I said, in the making, right now, here, live. Let's see here. We're doing this right now. We're back in fable mode. You got that? All you eyeballs out there, wide open, looking for any little thing that deviates from your truth. Yes, that's why I left Facebook. I'm sorry, but the people that, the administrators, you know, Zuckerberg, you know him, right? You've heard of Marky Mark. I have lots to say, but you can't. Not anymore. But you know who he is. Okay, he's an administrator of Facebook. And I feel like all these administrators have a warped sense of self. Okay? Power, control. You know, they're at the top. And you, well, you know what Marky Mark says. Mr. Z, you know what he says about his users. Yeah, look it up. If you don't know, I'm not gonna even spend that moment going there, 'cause you can't. But you know what he says. So yeah, it's just this big cesspool of you. Yeah, well, you know. So I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want any connection, association. And I took it upon myself to do what is needed to delete your page. And I did. And I feel good. That's why I say it's hard. Coming here, spending a moment, because I want to say so much about the world that I live in. Go figure. But you can't. Okay, back to a fairy tale. This is a fairy tale. Okay, and well, you know what? Before I do that, I gotta, for the record, since I'm in this reality mode, put a few things about me. If this were the first time you were here listening, hanging out, wondering what in the world is this guy talking about? Let's see here. Yes, a flag. That's my flag. I live in the United States of America. I guess. Who knows? Maybe you can't even say that anymore. I have deep concern for this country I have lived in my entire life, and the proper thing you are to do when you are in a situation of dire straits, despair, which the country is in from my point of view. But you can't say that. You're supposed to fly your flag upside down. You know, like when you fly a white flag. That is signaling surrender. So when you take your flag and you put it on a pole and wave it around, and you do it with the flag upside down. Okay. I had no data there for a moment. I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to stream. It seems to be streaming. So yeah, there it is, the flag. I'm not going to talk about that flag. I may not have it there all the time. I may, you figure it out. As this fairy tale that I'm about to create live here over however long it takes. So yeah, you'll see that flag, and if you do, then you know. And if you don't, you're going to think whatever you think if you don't look it up. Okay, there's that flag. Over here, we have a UFO. This is some of my artwork. I used a computer. It's 3D ray traced on an Amiga computer. I did that back in the 90s. Mid-90s? Early mid-90s. Yeah. Just seeing if I could do it. Took a long time back then. Today, if I recreated what I did using software nowadays, it'd probably do it like a snap of a finger. But that particular little photo there, that took a good day, good 24 hours. And that was using an Amiga that I paid extra money for an accelerator card. Hundreds of dollars for that card to bump up the CPU to a Motorola 68020. What a memory. And a floating point math co-processing chip for all the intensive math stuff, like rendering a three-dimensional picture. Anyways, the UFO. I will have that there from time to time. And again, as with the flag, you figure it out. As I tell a fairy tale. And that's why you're going to be here, why you're here, right? You want to hear a fairy tale. And I'm going to give it to you. I have a doozy just brewing in my mind. What else? We have UFO. Well, I didn't really expand on the UFO. Why UFO? Well, because quite simply, I believe life, whatever life is, whatever this experience that we are all currently a part of, is not exclusive to this world. That just doesn't make sense. Why would you want to limit yourself in your thinking by putting up that kind of a wall? Life is endless. It's forever, always changing. Come on now. How long have we been here? Mankind? The experience. I mean, we now have a pretty good grasp of a lot of things. And time, while it may seem like because people sort of think, well, I want to time travel and all that. But as far as time goes, we have a pretty good grasp of time. Okay, and we use it all the time. It's part of the experience. And our time is brief. Like that, when you begin to understand just how vast time is. This all of it. All of history Earth human history. You can even, if you want to follow on a evolution premise, you can even add all that in there, all the changes that it took to get to where man is. I'm not saying it is or isn't. I'm just saying you can, and it's still in the whole scheme. So for man, any man, to come to any kind of conclusions, especially those that take from others, deny others, whatever it may be. I gotta slow down. I got a lot in my mind all the time. Never stops. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. We're all in this together. The only thing that's different among all of us is the point of view. Where you are standing in relationship to... You have to pick one, a point. That's the only way you can make sense. So you have everybody all looking at this one point, all experiencing this one point from their point, which isn't the same point as the guy over there, or the gal over there, or anybody. We're all in different places, but we all have something in common. We're all looking, so to speak, at the same thing, and that's the reference point. It's not different for one person to the next. It's just not. But again, you can't probably say that. It's hot. I don't know where you are. I'm here, and it's hot. I don't know what the temperature was, but it's hot. I have a fan on. And it's still hot. So, I can go on and on about this world, but you can't. So I need to get going here and move onward before I bring this stream. Am I still streaming? I sure am. 40 minutes. Cool. Okay. So yeah, UFOs. Why UFOs? Because we're not alone. Why would you want to believe you're alone? I mean, these are real simple things that we should be able to sit at a table at least and have a conversation. And there doesn't need to be pointing fingers right off the... Keep the language in check. Don't need to be pointing fingers at people and condemning them right off the bat for their point of view. Again, we're all looking at the same thing. Okay? That's what I follow that. That's a rule. Doesn't change. There's just one here, one Earth. I guess I could go all quantum on you. Yeah, there's more than one Earth. Why would you want to focus on being alone? You know, and the amazing thing, I think, is that a lot of these people that criticize you for thinking, you know, we're not alone, they believe they're not alone. They believe in some God. So they're not alone. But you're alone if you don't believe in the God that leaves them feeling not alone. It's amazing. That's why I steer away from getting into religious, although I will have a debate. I'm not going to say that I won't. I love debates. But I tend to steer away from the whole religion thing because religion invites war. From the very beginning. I mean, it's masterfully genius what's been unfolding in this world. How religion is used, has come to be used anyway. Because I'm not saying there's anything wrong with religion if it's kept to its core. It's not that way anymore. It's not. What religion would teach that unless you believe in this one God, then you're done, you're finished, you're over, you're through, you're worthless, you're evil, you're rotten, whatever. And you're telling this to a person who's lived an entire life giving. Just always giving. Always smiling. Trying to be the best that they can for all. And yet they just happen to meet this person, and now they're told that everything that they believed is going to send them to the worst place ever for forever. Now, if that don't create division and divide, war, I don't know what does. Okay? I'm not picking a side. Sorry. I mean, I guess that's like you're putting yourself on the fence, and you gotta pick a side. No. This isn't. That has no correlation. The two are, or maybe I should put it, the two can be. Yeah, they can be the one way or the other. And they should appreciate that, because their whole thing is you can't be on the fence. You got to pick one or the other. I'm not choosing. When it comes to religion, I'm not choosing one. Because the moment I or anyone does, they've now placed themselves into a war. You do. That's what you're doing. Because you're saying that there's all these people, but they're not all the same. They're not all looking at the same thing, searching, reaching. No, only certain people. And the others are, well, you can just break them down all into one group. They're all bad. Okay? So the moment you choose, you've created war. You put up the wall, and any wall invites war. It does. Yeah. I want to get back onto the fairy tale, but I've already been here. I'm going to be doing an hour. The last time I was doing these streams, I was already having issues with them being deleted because of the "you can't say that." And then I noticed once I could do streaming again, and I did, I went over an hour, and it gave me some error message like something to the effect that I can't. It was too long. I'm like, what? Never had that before. And I have done quite a number of these streams, not just on this channel that I have now, but on my earlier attempts at creating a space. So yeah, never have I had that happen where the video's too long. And it was only just over an hour. Anyways, that's what I'm going to do from now on. I'm going to keep these to an hour. Sometimes I may do an hour, stop it, and start it back up and do another hour stream back to back. Maybe 3, 4, 5. I don't know what's going to come. All I know is that I need to tell this fairy tale. It needs to be told. Because it's the only way this story can be told. Again, given the current environment that we are in. When one is not allowed to share a fairy tale, then you know. You definitely know. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. They're coming for you. Ha ha. Hee hee. Ho ho. Okay. UFOs. Now, whether or not UFOs are here, I could talk hours and hours. Just create a channel, nothing but thoughts. But I'm not. I already have videos up here in my library of my thoughts. And I guess one last time, since I haven't gone into fairy tale mode yet, as far as government is concerned and UFOs, government knows something is here, for lack of a better word, because when you say here, what is here? Nobody really can say with absolute certainty. That's just a fact, Jack. Can I say that? I don't know, but I'm sure somebody will let me know. Government knows something is going on. I do not believe government knows what it is. I think government is arrogant, it's power hungry, thinks it's better than those it governs. That's where this world currently stands. So the government doesn't know. The government wants to know. They know a lot more, for sure, because they haven't been poo-pooing and laughing at it like they led so many of its people to do. Although that's changing, clearly. I can't tell you the number of UFO videos that just won't go away. They're just popping up everywhere. I know a lot of people were anxiously waiting for the government to come forward, but I feel pretty confident that before I stopped streaming, I made it clear that they're not going to tell you anything. Because that's not what governments do as far as something like this is concerned. I mean, we all know that, right? Secret government programs. And it has nothing to do with conspiracy theories. And then you can pull up the paperwork, the documents of all the weird stuff the government does. Yeah. And my stomach is rumbling there. Government doesn't know who they are, why they are here. And they're going to use your ignorance of, excuse me, and I don't say ignorance to be little, it's just a fact, it's a state of being. Nobody knows. Okay, I thought I got disconnected. Nobody knows. Government is going to use the phenomena, whatever you want to call it, to do what they always do, which is to maintain control. What is their job? They're supposed to maintain the security and safety of the nation. And they don't know what it is. They don't know what it is. So why would they come out and tell you, yeah, there's something there? Look. They're not. I mean, they did. They showed pictures and videos of Tic Tacs. And then you leave the rest for you to fill in the in between the lines. They're telling you it's real, but they're not telling you it's real. Because if they tell you it's real, well, then you got to go from there. You can't just say it's real, right? What do you do next? Especially when it's being maintained, the secrecy maintained and orchestrated by agencies whose job it is to maintain the welfare and security of your nation. And if you don't know what something is, then that's just going to put people in panic mode, right? Right? Can I say that? Can I? Panic mode. Yeah. And you know what? They know that. That's why they're going to use it to their benefit. UFOs? Oh yeah. Check it out. They're here. And it's looking pretty bleak. Like they're not here to shake hands. I mean, they can tell you whatever they want. I mean, you understand that, right? They can tell you whatever, Because if you don't listen to what they're telling you, well, you already know. You can't say that. I don't want to get lost in UFOs. I could go, like I said, heavily and deeply into the phenomena. I will add this, although, no, I'll just let it be. I haven't been hiding anything about who I am or where I see myself. I'm dreaming reality right now, always with God. Yeah. I'll tell you this, it's getting easier to do. Why? Well, just use those eyes and ears and brain and the situation you're in, the world you're in, and it becomes pretty clear as to why I am getting better at dreaming reality with God. I have more here, so let's take the UFOs off. Or UFOs, there's one there. I think this is the biggest thing, the most important thing one can be doing right now. Because it doesn't only affect the person that is doing it, but the others that are a part of the whole process. And that is wake up. Stand up. And speak up. You might not be able to do it on YouTube or Facebook. Might not be able to twit it out on Twitter. And I'm adamant that Twitter is for twits. Okay? You twit with Twitter. You don't tweet. Okay? In a backwards world, I guess I have to give it to you. You tweet with a Twitter as opposed to twitting with Twitter. But I digress and choose to move onward. You know what to do. Wake up, stand up, and speak up. Go out into the public. Open your window. Somebody's passing by. Speak up. Right now. So that's another one that will be there from time to time. I think you'll figure it out as we move onward. Anything else here that I have that could be there? Oh yes, this is another one that I think plays a pretty big part in what's unfolding here in this real world. There it is. Okay. There. It's easy to lie to one who lies to oneself. I mean, a lot of people, they ask themselves, they see what's going on in the world, and their mind automatically says, how could people do that? Doesn't make sense. and they block it out of their minds. It doesn't exist, never could exist. Well, I'm here to tell you that it's easy to lie to one who lies to one's self. Okay? That's how you see all these people in this world doing these things. That's the only reason they could do what they do. Lying. You can't say that. I'm trying to have fun. I'm learning to have fun. I mean, you can't change anything, right? That's what they're telling you. And it's not like I'm expecting them to change anything. I mean, they're doing exactly what you would expect them to do. I'm just beside myself, boggled that I don't see the other side. There should be another side to it. To try to balance everything out. But I don't see that. Not yet, anyway. I have a sneaky feeling. I don't know why you say sneaky. Just because it's just when you least expect it. And then it's happening. It's coming soon. Okay. I'm not going to get into the fairy tale anymore. This was just like a preface. Okay, like the title was a preface. The beginning. How does it begin? Well, I think it's pretty obvious. That it begins far, far away. Somewhere else. Long, long, long time ago. Or maybe a long, long time to come. Yeah. You know how it begins. I'm gonna have fun. And I am here to challenge the system. And in my way, let the system know you will not cross the line. Some things just are. You can't change them. They're not supposed to be changed. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? I'm a man. Okay, I know you're not supposed to say that, but I am. That's the truth. I don't want to talk about it. That's this world. That's this world. I know what I am. And so do you. I hope to return more often. And share the story. The fable. Again, I hope everybody's doing well. As can be. I am doing the same. And again, at the same time, I'm I'm preparing to defend myself, because that's what one does when anything is threatened. It's not it's not unnatural. And you can't take it away from somebody's experience of being. To do so, I mean, I could call you evil and all the words to describe. You know, and you choose. You choose to remain sitting, silent, asleep, or you choose to wake up, stand up, and speak up. Yeah. Okay. Uh-oh, I already went over an hour. Maybe I should just keep going for a few more minutes. Test out whether or not it gives me that error message. Now, I need to call this stream, bring it to a close, because I'm not prepared to start the fairy tale. I'm sticking to the preface and reality, and I'm getting to that point where I want to start saying stuff that you can't say. I know I've been making fun of it, but I take this all very, very seriously. I'm concerned for everybody. I feel guilty. I feel guilty if I don't. If I just stay silent. If I bend over and say, just give it to me. You know, whatever you want to do, I'm here. You'll get no... you'll get no... resistance. Yeah. Making sure here I didn't have anything else. I mean, I have things that want to pop up, but then it brings me into that state of, no, I'm going to stick to the fairy tale. You know, I've been living in reality, okay? Grounded as grounded can be. And I'm not going to listen to people anymore that say I can't think about the things I want to think about. A story, a fairy tale, make-believe. It's not here, so what does it matter? This takes place somewhere else. Right? I'm hoping to establish this. Because I'm done. I'm tired. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of everything that's going on. Everything is upside down. You don't need to be an expert. You can't say that. I know. Who am I? That's why I say I'm done. I'm fed up. As far as I'm concerned, a year from now, but not even, I'm not going to be here. I'm not. A lot of people aren't. It's time. It's time. You know, Judgment Day? You know what that is? I don't know what it's called and all the other faiths, but they all have their Judgment Day. Well, we already have had judgment. It's already happened. You understand? Y'all waiting for this ominous event. And then you'll know you've been judged. I'm here to tell you, you already been judged. Okay? Judgment is always. It's like breathing. It doesn't ever stop. Every breath you take, you're in judgment. Everything you think, everything you do, you're in judgment. You know, that'd be nice. That'd be easy, right? If there were a man, I guess, a god man in a chair and his hammer and the deep bellowing voice and the clouds above. It'd be nice, huh? Right? You can, it lets you put off everything because you know that's not going to happen. It's not happening, right? It's never happened. Nobody's ever experienced that, but you're told you're going to, just not now. You're not going to be judged now. No, sorry to burst your bubble, but you are judged. That's what Father says. Remember, I am with God, dreaming reality 24/7. Just make it simple, easy, jumping point to begin to understand what I'm talking about. Father, God, Father is so much more personal. I can relate much easier with Father. So can you. Everybody. We're all with Father. And we're all being judged. Why? We're not waiting for Judgment Day. We are living judgment now. There's nothing to wait for. If you're waiting for Judgment Day, I guess the easiest way, the best way to put it would be you're taking the long way round. Because again, I'm going to end this, but end it with where I began fairly early on with, we're all looking at the same thing. There's only one thing, one point from which we are all another point to which a reference can be made. You're not standing where I am. You're not in the same reference point, whether it's physically or mentally, a mental state of mind. You're not in it. And I'm sad. Well, I don't know. I'm sad, sorry. You're never going to be. You're never going to be. Why? Because I'm me. And you are you. And I would never want to take anything away from you. But what I can do is imagine what it must be like from your point of view. And on and on and on and on. We're so close. Stop waiting for Judgment Day. You know, the ominous, and just, you know what I'm talking about. It's wasted time. I mean, you know how much more life you would be living if you lived each and every moment of your life embracing the realization that everything you are, everything is an act of being judged. Okay, I'm getting these disconnects, so I don't know how this stream is going. So I'm gonna bring it to a close. Again, thank you for stopping by to my channel. This is Dreaming Reality with God. And music. I love music. Music soothes the soul. With that, be well.